Hello and welcome to another episode of Rich and Femininity. Today I want to talk about how was I able to create a 7-figure brand on social media. So background story is I am currently 29 turning 30. That means I graduated high school in 2011, meaning that was like the first year of like Instagram coming out, I believe. So I wasn't like too familiar with it. It wasn't like a high school thing. I had like the MySpace days, but that was totally different. That was way more for like just friends. And so when Instagram came about, I freshly just graduated high school around that period of time, and then I opened my account and one thing led to another. I started getting like DMs about photographers and modeling and this and that. Not gonna lie, I had no real interest in doing all of that, but just somehow did it. And I feel like a lot of women just end up doing that anyways. So I gave it the opportunity and just did all of these photo shoots, and like that was like my vibe of the Instagram, and it started going that way. And I started like blowing up really quick, so I was able to grow that account to like 10K, whatever. I think I would say like in 2 months. So I was able to grow relatively quick and get these like different opportunities that I definitely did not think I would be able to get. I was hosting Miami nightclub vibes like on the flyer situation, like things I never really cared about doing, and I wasn't really happy doing it either. I was like, what is happening right now? And then one thing led to another. Within the first year, I was able to get this opportunity to start a modeling agency working hand in hand with a major celebrity, which again, didn't really understand why am I even doing all of this. And while I was doing that project in itself, I started understanding I don't really care to do this whole modeling situation, but I'm still very happy and grateful for that experience because it did show me that all of this only happened because of Instagram and like just posting photos and just being out there, like throwing yourself out there and getting known in the space and just being consistent. So that is where I started understanding the power of social media, marketing, personal brand, and just being consistent with it, and the power of being able to blow up within an industry, I would say. Anywho, I closed that chapter of my life because I just didn't care for the whole like modeling vibe or whatnot. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go back to college and do my own thing, back to bartending, back to all this and figure it out, because I want to use social media the right way, the way that I want to be known for, and not just because these opportunities were presented to me and that I took these opportunities doesn't really mean that that is what I'm supposed to be or I want to be doing in life. Fast forward, I had then one day seen an ad about social media marketing and learning how to do it for other businesses and explaining the huge potential behind it. And I was sold immediately. One, because of my prior experience already. I was like, yeah, that is totally true. This happened for me because of social media, so I definitely understand that businesses need to be on social media as well. So that is when I was like, this could be a way that I could be on social media by just helping other businesses with their social media. So this was 2017. I didn't take it serious, the course, because I did purchase the course. I didn't take the course serious till 2018 when I had moved to Vegas or whatnot. And the pivotal moment for me in business with social media marketing was I did start going to business events out there in Vegas and in California too, actually. I was like, and even Arizona, I was just down to drive wherever. I just wanted clients and be out there and be in the industry, because remember, I already understood that as long as you concentrate on an industry, you can really get known and attract more opportunities and blow up that way. Everybody kept asking about personal brand and growing followers and just being known on the internet, and that in itself is where I started getting the idea of just getting everyone's Instagrams and then following up with them after the event with my business. So presenting to them how I can help them, which at that time it was a software that helped grow accounts, and it was also like influencer giveaways that were growing accounts, and then later on was PR, media outlets and stuff like that or whatnot. So everything had to do with personal brand and social media marketing though. That was like the main key. So that is how I've been helping business owners for the past 5 years now, and I was able to grow a 7-figure brand, and so has some of my students. I've helped 7-figure businesses, 8-figure businesses, people get to 6 figures, people getting their first part-time or full-time income from home, and so on. The main factor is social media marketing and a face for the business. So that in itself, creating content and being out there and posting on social media and positioning and being an authoritative figure and an industry leader, all of that is doable for absolutely anybody. So I like to say that the only reason that your uncle that cooks really, really good and then Emerald Lagasse, the only difference between the two is one worked on their personal brand and the other didn't. So he definitely invested the time, resources, and whatever he had to invest into to grow, to get known and build his personal brand. And that is why the next person who might be even more talented than the individual that did invest into their personal brand, but they don't get known because they don't actually want to get out there, or they don't do any steps to actually get out there. So people need to start thinking about their social media accounts kind of like those theme pages where it's like just one page and it's very consistent with like this one thing. And of course you could sprinkle in different elements of yourself in your life. There has to be some type of consistency and a strategy behind it. So there's people out there that start posting just random things and hoping that something like sticks, which can still happen that way, but you can also just take out the time like prior to posting and then have that plan, that game plan, like, hey, in 3, 4, 5, 6 months I want to be known as this, I want to have this business or whatever it is. And that way you're actually posting things that make sense to the end goal. If you already have a business, then it's even easier to just get started because you already have your industry, your niche. You just really need to create the content to push out there. And I speak about this topic a lot because I think a lot of people are so like fearful of what other people are going to say about them, when in reality I wish I can jump inside other people's bodies to make them realize like how irrelevant other people's opinion are to their life. So any of these individuals that like you went to high school with, or your family, anybody, whoever it is, right, that you're in fear of them seeing your videos, most likely that person, you're fearing their judgment because you know that they're a judgmental person anyways. So it doesn't even matter. Like this other person, if they were busy really working on themselves, they're not going to look at your video and just, they won't care at all. So I think the moment that you really break free from like that fear of judgment, I think you just start becoming that much closer to actually succeeding online. And when I say online, I do say that hand in hand with business, not just as an influencer or brand deals. I'm talking about all of it. So mainly you want to have the goal of having your own business, but of course another stream of income with brand deals or doing whatever it is with other brands, then that's great. But the reason that I always push people to start their own business is because you have full control of that, versus brand deals, you're always going to be like hustling and waiting. Those pays take so long, like literally months sometimes, and I just wouldn't see that as a reliable source of income to begin with. And you are fully capable of making money on social media since you decide to get on social media if you really want to by having your own business. You don't have to wait 1, 2, 3 years to get these big brand deals, and then for it to be consistent you can add a couple more years to that. So I think that's like a waste of time. That's why I'm always a huge advocate of just start your own business. When the brand deals kick in, then that's cool if you want that anyways, because some people don't even care for that. And right now is honestly the best time. Like even when I started back in the day with that first account, social media wasn't like huge on business. It took a couple years for all these businesses to catch on and really use it for business. So now more than ever, you still have time to get on social media and still grow your business simply because of social media, simply because of organic marketing, which costs you $0. You know, our parents did not have the same resources and didn't have literally the opportunity to make 6-7 figures at their fingertips, unlike how we have it right now. They had to go through so much more to potentially reach that point, when now we have so much resources. Like, yeah, you can consume a lot of free content. It might take a lot longer, but it's still doable as long as you take action and be consistent with it. Of course, if you pay for mentorship, you know, here or there, blah, blah, you can get there a little bit faster. Definitely still think that there's room for more people. Definitely think that it's never going to really be oversaturated because everyone has a different interest, a different niche. There's space for everybody to still profit off of social media in whatever way, shape, form it is. There's so many different things that you can sell online under digital products, services, coaching, whatever. So if I was starting on social media right now and I know what I know today, what I would do is take out some time, really think about what is my end goal, what is the end vision, what do I want to be known for, what is it that I really know about, what do people come to me for advice about or help with, or what can I talk about for hours? Like, what is that thing that even if you're not getting paid, you'll still do it and you'll still talk about it and you'll still teach that, or you'll still help someone else do XYZ. So you take the time out to think about those ideas, start slimming down the ideas to then get one good idea, one direction to head. So I know that everybody as a normal human being, We all are interested in so many different things, at least like 2 or 3 different things, and a lot of people come to me and tell me the same exact thing, where they're like, hey, I want to do this, and then 10 seconds later they say, but I also want to do this, this, and this. And I'm just like, you have to start with one thing, then you can add on. So everything else, put it on the to-do later list. It's not that you can't do it, it's just like realistically you do have to focus on one thing. So after you choose the industry or the niche where you're going to be headed, then you're going to want to figure out what is the business model. I am a huge advocate of service-based business, coaching programs, and digital products, because all of these are very low startup cost. Even the monthly cost is very minimal, and it's high profit margins because they're really paying for your time or a digital product that's already done. So you made it one time and you keep reselling it, even if it's a membership too. Then after that, you want to create a content strategy. So you want to actually gather your ideas so then you can start creating content. And the reason I say create content before you create the offer is because you want to have the warm-up phase that people get to know you and start trusting you, because you're not going to just create an offer and then hop on social media like, hey, I know about this now. You have to warm them up to the idea and the concept that you do actually know about this, and then start gaining their trust in that way. So industry, business model, content, and then create the offer. Of course, there's a lot more things to it, but that is the general game plan. If you do those little things and then you consistently show up and talk about your offer, then you want to make sure you're taking care of these clients. If you have a service-based business and so on, and make sure everything's running in the back end nice and smoothly, that's all you have to do. Show up consistently and forget about what anybody else has to say. Detach yourself from any numbers, any followers. Of course, these are good numbers to look at just to see like the growth and like just to know the metrics, of course, but don't be too hard on yourself, because there has been so many times that I have a video that has so many views, very minimal leads, and there are times that I have videos that literally have just a couple hundred views and will get so many leads because what I said in the video and the content itself. So don't attach yourself to just how the videos perform. Maybe just focus more on the leads and how did it go conversion wise. Last thing I want to mention is confidence. The more you record yourself, the more confident you become. So if you feel like you're not confident, that's fine. Neither was I. And I can tell you that the first couple videos that I made, like the first year or two, I didn't like them and they were cringe, and they're not on the internet right now, but they needed to be posted, okay? So that is legitimately what got me to the next level, was to post all those videos that I wasn't comfortable, I didn't feel confident, I didn't feel 100% about it, but it still got me to my goal. So confidence is going to come with practice, and that is just, it is what it is. Just record yourself, FaceTiming yourself, and practice, okay? Even if you don't post it. So I hope you guys got a lot of value in today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're listening on audio, rate 5 stars. Bye!